Flashback 5.7 Finding Nicodemus. Deputy Taylor kicked the door that was framed in light wide open. A thin little man wearing wire-framed glasses squealed, "Who are you? What are you doing in here?" Well, I answered, "You tell us who you are." I waved my pistol in the air towards him. I wanted him to think I was deadly serious, or was so crazy that he'd better pay attention and answer our questions. The man yelled, "My name is Artur. I am Artur Nicodemus. I'm the minister here." Deputy Taylor leaned in and grabbed him by his collar. "You are a high priest in the cult of Baal. We know who you are." I was worried maybe this little accountant-seeming guy was not actually part of the cult of Baal, or any of this stuff. But Nicodemus made a move. He made a foolish move. He moved his right arm suddenly towards the underside of his desk. Taylor grabbed his hand, but it was too late. Nicodemus had pressed a button, presumably calling for help. Deputy Taylor said, "Well, you just gave yourself away there, buddy. Looks like you are the cult Nicodemus, not the innocent Mr. Minister Nicodemus." She added, "You are the lowest of scum. You sell people as slaves, as prostitutes. You are a human trafficker." With no more words, bang! Emotionless Deputy Taylor aimed her gun at the chest of Nicodemus and just pulled the trigger. One loud pop bang and Nicodemus's life slipped away from him as his blood pooled down from his chest through the chair onto the floor. I was stunned. I said, too bad we didn't have a chance to ask where the strip of Baal was, or anything about the tapestry of Baal." Taylor sighed. "Sorry. He was just so evil. He had it coming. You know he did. Human traffickers are the lowest of low." Well, I nodded in agreement. It was true. Deputy Taylor put her hand on my shoulder. "Well, maybe we are blessed after all." She pointed to the desk drawer that she had opened in hopes of finding clues. There was not a clue, but right there, in the drawer, was that strip of Baal that Bracco took from the sacrificed councilwoman. We retraced our steps back to the room that contained the golden podium and the tome of Baal for its rituals and indoctrination guides. Still, no one seemed to have responded to Nicodemus's alarm button. We returned to Nicodemus's church office, up through the spiral staircase, through the flat panel wall door. Again, no guards or cultists had responded to the alarm button. It seemed weird. I wondered, did the deputy stop him before he pressed the button? Did the button malfunction? Did people miss us in the maze down there? You know, it was a big maze. We could have missed each other. Were we just that lucky? It was even more weird. We returned to find Bob and Katie hard at work. We convinced them that we had to go and apologized to the soup lady. She replied, "No worries, friends. You take care, and you have a good rest of your day." It made no sense to me when I recapped the day to myself. We entered the church. We did charity work. We found a secret door to the underground catacombs 50 feet below the church. We discovered human trafficking controlled with drugs. We recovered the strip of Baal. We found a cult ritual and indoctrination book. We killed the cult of Baal high priest Artur Nicodemus. And we left. No one ever confronted us, or stopped us, or anything. We had entered the church, stole stuff, and killed a man. I contemplated, if we did not know that we were on a mission for God, I would be worried that we were the bad guys. Objectively, There was nothing that happened at the Church of Midnight that would make us think that they were evil at all, much less that evil. But we did find the drugged women in the catacombs, and we projected they were the victims of human trafficking for slavery and prostitution. I suppose the drugged women could have been drug addicts that were so doped up down in the catacombs, or some kind of, cleansing. And maybe we leapt to conclusions that we assumed, and maybe they weren't true. But we found cult literature, but it was just that, documentation. Albeit it was scary looking documentation. Nicodemus seemed confused, not intimidating at all. Was he really the big bad overlord of the Church of Midnight? Or was he a scared little minister by two crazy people barging in on his office brandishing pistols? Way underground where he thought he was hiding away. It seemed possible that our actions were at least as bad as the cultists' actions, except for Bracco and his immediate henchmen. They were nasty, armed, and very scary. So yeah, it made little sense to me. We were employing actions that fell outside the appropriate Christian propriety. But we were doing so to fight and defeat evil from hurting us and others and the world. Therefore, we were justified in fighting fire with fire to protect ourselves and humankind. We were justified in stealing and killing against enemies that would do the same to us. We were justified in trespassing and destroying property so that we might vanquish evil and its plans. I had to hold firm. We were on God's mission quest, and so I told myself we were doing the right thing, even if our actions appeared to violate the 10 Commandments themselves. I was confident God would let us know if we were on the wrong track. There had been no signs of transgressions or missteps. Therefore, we were good. Tiny drove us back to Athlone Castle, where we would debrief, sleep, and prepare for reclaiming cash and stuff from the pub and curio shop.